Hi everybody and welcome to this free video playthrough guide for the College Chaos 9 Hole Cup here on the channel. Thumbs up at this point would be massively appreciated, it helps me out a lot. And make sure you're subscribed as well, totally free to do so. Tailwind angles only in this playthrough, as this is a tailwind only modifier, a mix of City Park, Quail Hollow and Eagle Peak. Remember, general conditions here, not indicative of what you may face in the tournament, but will give you a very good idea of how you get the drops on these holes. Timestamps in the video description down below. Good luck everybody, here we go. Going to use a Titan and the extra mile level 7 and above. 3.5 top spin, 2 bars side spin to the right. Extra mile 7 will need to stretch out slightly. Look at the second bounce, it is just beyond the rough up ahead. That is your reference here. If you've got extra mile 7 or 6 for that matter, you will need to push up slightly after your adjustment based on how much you are stretching out. Max plus 10 is the adjustment, outer wall curl to the right with our Titan, and then hit perfect. Bounces nicely here, don't want to go too giddy on the top spin, potential to get a glitch roll, so that's why I'm limiting myself here. Drive distance 361 yards. Second shot, it says on the notepad BFC, that means back fringe check. So with the thorn, move the target up where the bullseye is directly over the back fringe line where it meets the green. Plus 3 in the video here is going to be 44% on the slider. Using 1 bar of backspin, find a consistent landing point with the ball guide just before the hole, as you could see there in the video. Then we are going to make our adjustment. Then this is 44% slider, 10% elevation, pulling over the bullseye. It is 2% slider for every 1 yard difference. So if you've got plus 1 back fringe check, you are closer, and you will need to play 40% slider. More information on that on the Academy tutorial on using the slider. We're going to play into a lovely funnel, the top right corner of the green here. We're going to need either a katana or a kingmaker, obviously depending on the wind. 4.5 backspin and 3 right spin. Going with the sniper here, and we're looking at the white ring in relation to the tree trunk. That's the usual reference on this one. So have the edge of the white ring up against the tree trunk. Obviously you might need to vary the spins. If you've got more tailwind, then I would use more backspin. The unfortunate thing with this shot is you do have to use curl. However, there is a very good funnel to play into. Max plus 15 is the adjustment here using sniper 10 numbers, and you can see in this wind angle I'm pushing rings because the tree is in the way. Just under 1 ball of curl to the right. Again, that might vary with the wind angle, but this is the type of shot you want to play with backspin, rolling up to the top of the green, top right corner, and rolling in beautifully for the hole in one. If you don't want to use a power 5 ball, you're going to have to find an alternate safer route for your eagle with a power 3, but to go for the albatross, it's got to be a power 5. 4.5 top spin, 2 bars right spin, setting up at plus 28 with extra mile level 8, red ring touching the rough. That will be max with extra mile 6 or 7. Then we are going to adjust 10% elevation, maximum numbers, power 5 settings on this one, so max plus 10, power 5, and once we've done that we're going to do some pushing up, and in the end I push up a total of 8 yards. Reason I'm not pushing to max is because I want a slightly slower overpower needle. Full overpower, 0.8 ball curl to the right, so look at the edge of the berserker on the left, it's touching the inside of the wall of the adjustment ring. Hit perfect here, good chance hitting perfect with a slower needle, and we clear the fairway in the rough very nicely, and you want to be around 420 yards on this one. We have got to push this quite far to be in range for our sniper for the second shot. Now LP plus 0 means we're going to look at the landing position plus yards. So let's have a look at the replay now. We are adding spin. I go with 2 right spins so that I don't need to adjust too far down into the water, and some backspin. Red ring touching the rough. In the end, let's have a look where the ball guide is. It's going just to the front of the cup. 3.2 backspin. Is that what I settle on? It is. And there you can see, just zooming in, red ring touching the rough, ball guide to the pin. Then we are going to adjust for plus 6 yards with sniper 9s. That will be plus 4 with sniper 10. Sniper 8 will be plus 10 yards. We are going to do just 63% slider. Higher winds, this will take you off the edge of the bricks into the water. In that case, I would suggest to try pushing up or going with a few clicks of overpower to compensate. It's going to be one of those, if you get high wind, it will happen. If you get lower wind like I do here, 6.8, you're going to be safe. So just be prepared for that. Take a token or two just to practice how much you might need to overpower or push up, because adjusting down there would lose you distance. But that one falls very nicely for an albatross. Par 3 from Eagle Peak, again a very good funnel to play into with a sniper. You don't have to use a kingmaker, probably wise in expert, but obviously in pro you may want to drop down to a less wind resistant ball. However, depending on your sniper, you will probably need power 3 ball. You can see here going with a little bit of right spin, looking at the yellow ring touching the rough on the right. At +2 with Sniper 10, that will be +4 with Sniper 9. Ball guide just going left of pin, because there is a little bit of crosswind here, going to go from left to right. So that's the reason for that small offset. Max +25, power 3 numbers, using Sniper 10 numbers here, like I said. Another great funnel to play into, centering the ball and hitting perfect. Might need a little bit of backspin if you get predominant tailwind, but you can see there we're in that funnel, dropping nicely for the hole in one. Staying on Eagle Peak here, I like either the rock or the quarterback for the ball guide and accuracy. In this video I'm using the rock, white ring touching the rough at the top of +1 with the rock level 8, will be +0 with rock level 9. Going with 1.5 top spin, 1.5 side spin to the right, and the adjustment here is going to be maximum distance with 20% elevation. Even in crosswind or straight tailwind here, I'm going to play exactly the same shot, taking the ball up the slope towards the bunkers and back down by a few yards to set up a very nice shot with our sniper, playing into yet another funnel on the green from this hole from Eagle Peak. So max +20, centre the ball and hit perfect. Titan is fine in pro. Expert, I would recommend you go with a kingmaker to cut the wind down, make a good chance there for dropping the approach. Drive distance is going to be around 330 yards. Second shot, we're going to play with the sniper, and I've put here true club distance on the notepad. You might need to vary, play with slider or reference check in tournament, but gives you a rough idea of where we are. We're about between mid and max here on the slider. 6 bars of backspin, yellow ring touching the beginning of the fringe and the ball guide going to the hole. You can see I was moving left and right, making sure I was in the middle of the funnel. Again, you might want a small offset if you get more of a crosswind angle, left to right or right to left. Obviously, you might want to just make sure the tip of the ball guide is on the correct side of the hole to account for the wind push. 10% elevation, centre the ball and hit perfect. This is a really good chance to drop here. Backspin grabs nicely, the ball goes up the green towards the back fringe, but not threatening it. Trickles down very nicely here, and we are dropping that one for the eagle. Going to go with 5.5 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the left, setting up at +10 with the APOC 5 and above. Level 5 and 6 can have the blue ring touching the rough. APOC 4 will be setting up at max with a power 3 ball. Then I'm going to adjust my rings, otherwise the trees are going to be in the way. So I'm going to push these max +10 here. Max +10, 8.4 wind for my APOC level 7 is an adjustment of 6.6 rings, I believe, looks like that. Then we are going to go with 1 ball of curl to the left, just before the circle drops. Therefore, that's my method of judging if I'm overpowering or not. I just go to the point where the circle drops and then just the click before that, and that's what you need to replicate so you get a similar drive distance from me, because I don't use grid lines. 358 yards drive distance there. Second shot, we are going to play with our sniper. I always start with finding a position with 3 right spin and about 2 top spin. Then there is a little sticky spot you can look for where the second bounce doesn't move that much. Then I would re-spin, as I've done here. Just take a click of top spin off, a little bit of right spin off if need be, have the ball guide pointing at the hole, but you could see there in the video it's stopping slightly short. Now, +5 landing position, I'm going to go true club distance, 15% elevation, but power 2 settings. So +12 is max, that would be 100% slider. You're going 2.5% per yard. So +8 would therefore be 90%, and so on. So +5 here, I'm playing 82% slider, 15% elevation. Don't drop it here in this video. I did drop it with one of my attempts, but wasn't screen recording, which was a real pain. Just need to be careful of my aim there. I wasn't quite at the right point, but the speed was good. Just aiming another click over to the right, that would have gone in for a lovely albatross. But there's a very nice route down there to the pin using that approach. With the blue ring touching the rough at +1 yards, then I'm going with a navigator. Obviously an expert you would need to go with a kingmaker. And we're going with just under 1 bar of topspin and just under 1 bar of side spin to the right. Just to aim here, you'll see the ball guide shows that little hook at the end. It's not going to come back down the green because we have tailwind angles, so that's going to push the ball a bit further towards the hole, aiming slightly to the right because the wind angle is ever so slightly right to left. Max +5, power 3 settings here. Max +5, power 3. If you did want to go with a rough bump, that is with a sniper, and you would set up there above the middle of the right-hand bunker the power 5 minimum distance line and then do a ball swap. Just needed to aim this bounce-up shot a little bit further to the right, only a couple of clicks though, and that would have been in nicely for a hole in one. Extra mile and a Titan, 4.5 top spin, 2 bars side spin to the right, and I'm going to replicate the stats for an extra mile 6 and 7 as well. So if you've got a lower level club, you can still play this shot. Red ring touching the rough, +14 with extra mile 8. That will be at max with the extra mile 6 and 7. Adjust max +10. We're not going to push up. We're just going to take our shot. And then we're going with 3/4 of a ball of curl outside the ring to the right. So 3/4 of ball curl to the right. Hitting perfect. And this one will bounce nicely on the fairway, jump beyond the bunker, not risking the rough or the sand at all, and then that is going to roll to a drive distance of 364 yards. Now, on the notepad, TWPC, that is top white pin check, and that's a distance check we're going to perform at the beginning. This is with a sniper 9. So you've got to factor in 2 yards difference with the sniper 10. So move your target up, have the top of the white ring touching the pin. Now, +9 was the yardage displayed. That is going to equal 58% on the slider based on my efforts of dialing this shot in. Adding my spin, and I'm setting up with the inner yellow ring or the green ring, touching the rough line, ball guide through the hole. And the reason I'm going through the hole, even with tailwind, is because we adjust to a lower point, which is going to cost us distance. So the reason I set up high is because I then don't need to worry about pushing up after my adjustment. Now, this is based on the miss in the video this tweak. So for +9 with the sniper 9, that's +7 with sniper 10. You want to go 58% slider minus 15% elevation. So 58% slider minus 15 elevation. Bear in mind, a great right is not safe here. If you hit a great right, you will most likely go out of bounds. So if you are not comfortable playing that shot and you don't trust yourself to hit a perfect or a great left, please play a backspin shot and get to green safely for the birdie instead. Going with the APOC level 4 because I want 6 bars of topspin and 2 right spin. Of course, if you don't have the APOC, then you can go with the big topper as well. Just be careful of your topspin though. Setting up in the middle there of the fairway. Don't want to be too near the edge because we don't want to catch a weird slope here and get a weird bounce. So find a nice flat place to bounce. The adjustment is max +20. This is not too bad. A wind angle. Headwind here can be very nasty indeed. So I would consider going with a kingmaker, or indeed power 4, wind 4 ball, very helpful here, especially up in expert where you've got more wind strength to deal with. That one goes very nicely down the fairway. We could push it a bit further if we wanted to and we had more topspin available, but that's absolutely fine, and we have a shot here with tailwind, thankfully, will help us here on the second shot. Cataclysm or Big Dog, trying to bounce over the bunker. If you don't want to do that, you can play to the right of the screen as you can see it and go with topspin and aim for the right side of the green to leave a wedge. But this wind angle is pretty decent. Adding my spin, playing with backspin and left spin, and then we're going to push up to max because I had to stretch out to find my position. Going with just over half a ball of curl to the left on this one. The priority once again, get to green for an easy eagle putt. Don't worry about the albatross. Didn't need the curl in that instance, but it's fine. We're within 2 green squares of the pin, and on this tough par 5 I am happy to be putting for the eagle. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.